We all love dogs. They are loyal, cute, a great companion and comes in different sizes. If you like big dogs you can opt for German Shepherd or Saint Bernard, but if you want to have a dog that could easily get into your then you can go for Beagle or Pomeranian. No doubt they all are cute and highly popular too. But before bringing them into your house make sure you know everything about them, including the negative aspects of their personality. Most of these famous dogs endure some real health issues. Let's find out what are they, so that you could make a better decision while choosing a dog for your company. Canine champions compete in the Westminster dog ShowGerman Shepherds is the second most popular dog we have. They are no doubt very active, an intelligent canine and that is what makes them the most preferred choice breed for a pet. But this multi-talented dog is also famous for getting prone to many diseases such as elbow dysplasia. It is a condition when there is an abnormal growth of the cell, tissue or bone that leads to malformation and hence lameness in the animals. Generally, only the large-sized breeds are affected by it. Another severe disease includes autoimmune disorders that degenerate their immune system. Other than these they are also prone to degenerative myelopathy responsible for paralysis, vision problems, and epilepsy among them. A Beagle attends the American Kennel Club. If you own a Beagle you own a perfect package of entertainment. They are cute, naughty, and full of fun. But it is not always they remain a pleasant company, sometimes they also become a reason for your stress. They are predisposed to epilepsy that can pose a problem to the owner, especially if they have small kids around. Along with that they also are prone to intervertebral disc disease. In it the disc puts pressure on the spine that is built by a jelly-like substance in the disc. That can cause paralysis, lack of bowel and bladder control and loss of sensation. The next breed in our slide is very adorable, but equally irritating when it comes to the health issues. Check out what you should actually look for before you go for it. Portraits of the Battersea dogs left behind. This Christmas Rottweiler has gained fame for being one of the violent breed owing to the many bite fatality cases attributed to him. Despite that, this breed owns the 9th rank and top 10 most popular dogs. Rottweilers are prone to the cancer of bones. They also have some immune system problems. Along with that, they can also suffer from gastric dilation, elbow dysplasia, and joint disease. The list is yet to end as this highly active species also can adopt hypothyroidism that makes the dog unable to produce enough thyroid hormone. This illness can lead to the gradual distortion of their thinking ability. A golden retriever, the third most popular breed of 2016 golden retrievers, are prone to hip dysplasia that leads to the malformation of socket and ball joint. They could also be diagnosed with elbow dysplasia and subaortic stenosis. The stenosis is a heart defect that impedes the flow of blood and hence is very detrimental to the health of the dog. The owner of the breed has to be extra careful while feeding it as they are allergic to many food items and sometimes environment. No doubt the dog, widely known for its sniffing quality, has some really dangerous health issues. But these all problems can be kept at bay if dealt with smartly. Almost every second house has Labrador Retriever as their pet. Why would that not be? They come with so many advantages. They are good-natured, friendly, intelligent and also an excellent swimmer. But as we all know, everything has its share of advantages and disadvantages both. This most popular dog is prone to cancer. Besides that, while opting for this breed one should also make sure how does it perform while exercising by screening. They are defamed for having the exercise-induced collapse. The disorder is hereditary that can be found in many dogs of this breed. A healthy Labrador Retriever enjoys the lifespan of 12 years. Cheerio, Pomeranian, attends the Westminster Dog Show. This furry toy dog can develop cataract at any age. One way to find out is to check the eye color of your pet that can turn into blue, gray or tinting if have got the disease. The good thing is that it can be removed by surgery. They also can fall, the victim of collapsed trachea. The skin of this toy dog that always remains under its furry becomes itchy if the hygiene is not followed properly. It also suffers from alopecia X. It triggers the excess production of sex hormones that can be cured with melatonin supplements. Despite all these health drawbacks, the breed is very popular among the people and makes quite desirable pets. Chihuahuas are the smallest breed of dogs that also has a spot in the top 10 watchdogs enlisted by experts. But this small dog comes with big health problems. They are vulnerable to luxation of the patella, a disease in which the kneecap of the dog gets dislocated. It gets noticeable as the dog ages. The other health hazard this tiny breed usually suffer is hypoglycemia. They also have elongated palates that make it difficult for them to breathe smoothly. Finding it difficult to breathe, they snort, wheeze and sneeze. Not just that, they are also at the high risk of suffering heat stroke in the hot weather due to the rapid drop in blood sugars. Doctors Shar-Pei contest, though how strong Shar-Pei look, they also are vulnerable to certain health issues. Due to their folded skin, these dogs are often subjected to mounds and rashes on them. That requires their owners to check for it on a very daily basis and clean and dry them off if found. The rashes easily make them uncomfortable and irritated the dogs that can obviously be bad for you and your family. Other than that, they are too open to dysplasia, entropion, and swollen Hock syndrome. In swollen Hock syndrome, the kidney and liver fail to break down the amyloidal proteins correctly. Next slide describes the illness of a giant dog you would not have expected. Find out what are they. Annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. Saint Bernard is a dog of very big size. Earlier, these dogs were used by the rescuers at Great St. Bernard Pass on Italian-Swiss border and Little St. Bernard Pass in the Italian-French border. Perhaps that is why it is named as St. Bernard. Now, St. Bernard has become a great choice for domestication. This giant rescue dog too is not above health risks. They are prone to cataracts that decrease the vision. They can also become diabetic. Other than that, they are prone to ectropion, osteosarcoma, patellar luxation, cherry eye, and gastric torsion. Adorable little pug looking up. If you own a pug, then you must be knowing that it comes with many health issues. And if you want to know the reason behind their constant illness, then here is your answer. Their elongated flat or short nose often gives way to the elongated soft palate. That gets it difficult for the breed to breathe, resultantly makes them inactive in daily exercises. The owner should make sure that the pug with this problem swallows the food correctly, as it prevents the food swallowed in wrong way. Apart from that, they are also prone to heat stroke. Some pugs are also affected by dog encephalitis and hemivertebrae. This furry breed is targeted by many diseases. The most common of them include juvenile renal disease, sebaceous adenitis, thyroid disease, gastric torsion, bloat, and hip dysplasia. The worst part is that they are vulnerable to cancer. Most common of them includes hemangiosarcoma and fibrosarcoma. They also develop Wobbler's syndrome and hypothyroidism. The list is not yet over, as they have Addison disease too that triggers lack of appetite, vomiting, and lethargy due to the lack of production of adrenaline. It usually is difficult for the owner to identify this disease as the symptoms remain obscure till it reaches the advanced level. Upper Midwest endures late spring snow. This type of dog traces its originality back in 1890 when Carl Friedrich Louis Doberman, a German tax collector, begun to bred them. They are usually considered ferocious and aggressive. Although principally bred for protecting its owner, it itself feels unprotected when it comes to certain diseases. They are affected by a number of health problems. They are prone to gastric torsion and bloats that leads to the expansion and rotation of their stomach. Besides that, they also have to struggle with color dilution, alopecia, hypothyroidism, and cancer and Wobbler's syndrome. This syndrome makes the intervertebral area unstable. This generally healthy breed is also not above diseases. To start with, they can be diagnosed with white shaker syndrome. It occurs due to the inflammation of the cerebellum. The dog suffering from this problem usually shivers and staggers while walking. Though this commonly found ailment is not hazardous and can be treated. Due to too many teeth in their mouth leads to the dental problem. Hypoglycemia is the most commonly occurring disease among them. Maltese looks very cute, but before falling for its cuteness, check out if they are healthy enough to be your P. Josh, a Newfoundland, stands by his handler. Newfoundland is a breed from Newfoundland only. They are usually very sweet-natured and strong. They are highly sensitive to and very affectionate to their owner. When it comes to the disease, they have a long list. They suffer from subvalvular aortic stenosis, a heart disease that can cause sudden death if not addressed at the earliest. The dogs diagnosed with this has a narrow joint between the left ventricle and the aorta that makes them faint and, in worst cases, death. Regardless the age, they can also develop cataracts. They also are vulnerable to Addison diseases and epilepsy. A boxer competes in the Westminster Dog Show. Boxers are ailed with many hereditary diseases. Many of them inherit the heart disease aortic stenosis. So, if you see your dog getting unconscious every another minute, you better consult a vet. Another heart disease includes dilated cardiomyopathy that hampers the task of blood pumping of the heart. They are also prone to many types. If cancers prominent among them is lymphoma, that leads to the bump in its body. Another most likely cancer in them includes skin cancer, mast cell tumors, and cancers of reproductive organs. However, most of them are curable if found out at the early stage. So, keep looking for any signs and lumps on your best buddy. 3 Basset hounds rest on their bench primitively. Basset hound was used for hunting the small game and are still in use for the same purpose in some part of the country. They make a great pet as they are very friendly with the kids and highly loyal to their owners. Generally, their lifespan stretches from 8 to 12 years. During the tenure, they could suffer from many diseases. The disease most commonly found in them is osteochondrosis dissecans, gastric torsion, elbow dysplasia, glaucoma, von Willebrand's disease and canine hip dysplasia. It also has the probability of suffering from patellar luxation. The other problem with them is that they can easily become obese, that causes back pain in them. French bulldog puppy French bulldogs are intentionally bred with some deformities, so it's natural they lag behind in terms of health. They find it difficult to breathe due to their narrow trachea, small nose, and an elongated soft palate. They are very sensitive to the hot weather as they get heat stroke easily during those times. Along with that, they are more likely to fall victim to spinal disorders, eye diseases, heart disease, and joint diseases. It was bred to be a miniature bulldog that had the task of accompanying English lacemakers to France. This breed is also famous for being an excellent tratter. The French bulldog is quite rare, so it would take you some time to find it out. But if you have that, believe me, you have an amazing friend living in your house. This endearing breed inherits many diseases from their ancestors. They are prone to quadriplegia and amblyopia. They also suffer from epilepsy that is curable with the help of medicine. Some of the dogs from this breed may find it difficult to walk and even stand. They also get down with canine leukocyte CAD. It destroys the capability of the immune system to battle diseases. No, this is not the end. They also suffer from life-risking gastric torsion. This disease generally occurs if they are fed large meal or if they are eating in hurry without chewing the meal properly. One can avoid this illness by not committing above-mentioned mistakes. Snow and high winds hit the UK. The 10% of the population of Siberian huskies are prone to cataract that can result in complete blindness by the age of 3. They are also prone to many autoimmune disorders. Not just that, they are open to various skin diseases such as itchiness and bacterial infections, rashes. Siberian husky can also suffer hair loss. Though the otherwise strong breed also falls for hypothyroidism, heart disease, epilepsy, and laryngeal paralysis. However, this breed is less affected by the orthopedic diseases in comparison with any other breed. So, the owner of this breed needs to take complete care of its pet. 2016 Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. The all-furry breed Shih Tzu suffers from several maladies. They get patellar luxation very commonly. Another common ailment found in them is wobbly kneecaps that misplace their kneecaps, that results in the skipping or limping steps by them, and in some cases the immobility. Though the disease gets cured automatically, it is not always like that. In worst cases, the dog has to undergo surgeries in order to get rid of the kneecap problem and arthritis. The toy is highly likely to get ptosis, that is an eyesight-affecting disease that can cause blindness. NRL Road 2, Bulldogs v Sharks. Bulldogs may look very strong, but when it comes to illness they don't lag behind any other breed. Most of the disease that they suffer from are genetic in nature. The dogs of this breed are described as the most extreme instance of genetic manipulation on any animal breed in the world. They easily contract muzzle pyoderma, a skin disease that is caused by the wrinkled skin. With that, it also has hip and elbow dysplasia and patellar. They are also vulnerable to folliculitis, a disease in which the hair follicles gets infected. Surprisingly, every 5th English bulldog suffers from it. They also develop valve infections and circulatory arteriovenous fistula. Dachshund racing in Melbourne to celebrate Oktoberfest. They have been suffering from chondrodysplasia, dwarfed legs, long back, since the time they are bred. So they always have orthopedic problems. Though this one is common and expected among them, the most serious disease in them is of intervertebral disc disease that causes severe pain and lameness. If the disease remains untreated, it can turn into hindquarter paralysis. If we go by the general estimation, then every 4th Dachshund is the victim of disc disease. Luxating patella is another disorder that can be seen in this breed, and it also requires surgery that can be very expensive. They are also prone to eye disease, thyroid, and diabetes. International Dog Grooming Championships. The generally 12-year-long lifespan of Cocker Spaniel is susceptible to hip dysplasia, that is the malformation of hip joints. They also fall victim to familial nephropathy that affects the filtering function of the kidney. Immune-mediated thrombocytopenia in them leads to inner and outer bleeding, turning them anemic. The female dogs of this breed generally get diagnosed with mammary tumors. Cocker Spaniel, like its other fellow breed, suffers from intervertebral disc disease that causes back pain and paralysis. Their beautiful floppy ears develop the ear infections. They should be taken for the routine checkup for their hip, knee, thyroid, and eye. This extremely tiny and cute breed can get struck with hypoglycemia. Though this disease can be found in many other toy dogs, the chances of having it is high in the Yorkshire Terrier. Those with this illness are usually less energetic, have drowsiness and faints easily. The another in the list is the leg Perthes disease that makes the femur bone weak. The most commonly found one is portosystemic shunt, which is a blood vessel defect that leads to seizures, confusion, poor growth, and vomiting. Asian International Dog Show miniature schnauzers are known for having many eye disease that includes severe cataracts, progressive retinal atrophy, lens luxation, and glaucoma. They suffer from epilepsy too and are vulnerable to heart diseases. If you have a miniature schnauzer in your house, then you would have observed that they drink lots of water and meets with many accidents. It happens because they are prone to diabetes. So, in order to prevent your dog from developing this health problem, feed him healthy food and do not forget to give him doses of insulin. Best in Show announced at Crufts German Shorthand Pointer enjoys the lifespan of 12 to 14 years. They can easily fall victim to aortic stenosis that narrows the aorta. The other not-so-serious disease includes gastric torsion, hypothyroidism, canine hip dysplasia, osteochondrosis dissecans, OCD, von Willebrand's disease and pannus, and major issues such as lymphedema. They also adopt cardiomyopathy and progressive retinal atrophy. Though these are not serious health issues, the owner should not take them lightly and should immediately consult a veteran. Canine champions compete in the Westminster Dog Show. Like many other dogs on our list, half of the disease in this canine is inherited. They develop hypoadrenocorticism, commonly known as Addison disease, that destructs the hormones made by dogs' adrenaline gland. Bloat is another disease that is life-threatening and is extremely painful for them. Nobody could detect the cause of this disease, as some believe it is inherited, whereas some call it bloodline-related. The other illness in the line is dilation and volvulus that causes gas to them and can be too fatal for their health. 2007 China All-Breed Dog Show and Training Contest held in Nanjing. The most dangerous disease that Shetland breed suffers is collie eye, making most of them visually impaired or blind. Collie's eye disturbs the optic nerve and retina that can lead to serious consequences. Unfortunately, no treatment for this disease has been found out by now. Epilepsy is another disease that can worsen their condition. Hip dysplasia and leg calf Perthes are the popular ailments among them. Next in the line is a cute dog that comes with many hazardous diseases you should surely know about. Freddie the Boston Terrier. Boston Terriers looks very cute with their bulging eye, but those stuck-out eyes are the root of many health issues in them. They get cherry eyes because of that. It resides at the back of dog's eyelid that is responsible for the production of the tear. Like Maltese, Boston suffers from dental problem too. They can easily contract a virus and bacterial infections such as parvo, rabies, and distemper. One cannot ignore the problem of obesity in them. Obesity is health hazardous in the sense that it gives way to metabolic and digestive disorders, back pain, and heart disease. Mitral valve disease doesn't let the valve between the ventricle and left atrium close properly. That makes up a way for the blood to drip backward. It is a terminal disease that affects more than half population of Cavalier King Spaniel by the time they become 5 years old. Scaringly, it causes more death to this breed than any other disease. Another most commonly found illness among them is syringomelia. It afflicts the brain and head of the breed that can lead to severe. If you are a dog lover and is planning on adopting a dog, then you surely would have found this article useful. Now, you know all the advantages and disadvantages of keeping them as pets. Go and make your right choice.